Good morning, gentlemen. We're at our 105th segment of the Think Before You Speak series, Shemirat Halashon, with clarity. Leilu Nishmat, the great Chafetz Chaim, Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. Leilu Nishmat, Reb Chaim Kanievsky, Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. Leilu Nishmat, Yididi Ahovi, Reb Zachariah Wallenstein, Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. As well, Leilu Nishmat, Luza Liza Bar Henriette, and her children that passed with her in the fire. Ruach Hashem Tenichena Began Eden. These halachot are dedicated for the Hatzlacha Gdola, the Ashirut, the Siyata Dishmaya of our Bnei Chabur that learn every morning together. Hashem should bless them. V'beracha v'hatzlacha ad b'lidai. As well, these halachot are specifically dedicated for the Shmir Ma'alya and the Siyata Dishmaya Yeshua Gdola of Chaim David Dov and Chayesar. Today's halachot, titled Difficult Partnerships. Partnerships are always a difficult subject. So let's see, this is a little bit of a loaded halacha. We can get some of the detail in to be able to give clarity. When someone is looking into a potential partnership, what we can speak, what we can ask, what we can reveal about people that are going into partnerships together with others. So here we go. Let's take an example. We have a situation where somebody approaches you and tells you, listen, I have too many buildings under my name. I want to go in partnership. I got this great deal. I want to buy a building with you. We'll go 50-50. The only thing is, it will be only under your name. So now, the minute you hear that, you take a look at the deal. It's a great deal. But you're now entering a partnership that has risk. Because being that the building is only under your name, at the end of the day, the bank holds you and only you reliable for whatever is going to end up happening with the mortgage payments. And if chas v'shalom 1 month, this guy, your partner, doesn't come up with his mortgage payment, you need to in order to keep your name and your credit proper. So now you go to another friend of yours and you say to him, hey, this guy came up to me. He owns a lot of buildings. He wants me to go into a venture with him. He can't put his name on the property. And because of that, I'm going to be the one that's going to have it on my credit, on my name. What do you think about going in partnership with this guy? Is he honest? Is he reliable? Does he treat past partners well? So now, these questions are all very important questions. And if this guy knows that you're about to enter a partnership with someone who's not reliable and not honest, the halacha is that he must tell you. He must tell you, again, we're talking here that the partnership didn't happen yet. You're still doing your due diligence. He must tell you, listen, I don't think it's a good idea. You don't have to say out exactly detail. If the guy doesn't pressure you, you don't have to start bringing up past terrible stories. All you got to say is, listen to me, I'm telling you, it's not for you. It's not a good idea. If the guy presses and presses and presses, you can tell him, I don't think he's honest. But you should try to first get away with saying, it's not for you. Now, what happens in a different case where it's not that you know this guy is untrustworthy? Then you have to warn him. Don't go into partnership with this guy. What happens instead if you know the guy he's about to go into partnership with is someone who's financially unstable? So the guy's trustworthy. Just, you know that he's a risk now because he lost everything. And for this guy to really come through on the mortgage payments every single month is a big question mark. He's no longer financially stable. He's going into a big deal without the wherewithal to carry his position. If that's the case, you are not allowed to tell him that he's financially unstable, because just because this guy in the past had a stroke of bad luck does not mean that this coming deal, that definitely will be the case. Interesting. You are able to talk over the deal and say, listen, did you look at his financial strength? Did you look at his this, his that? You can make it in a way of that you're probing the deal together, but to reveal that you know that this guy is financially unstable, direct and straight out, that you're not allowed to tell a potential partner entering a deal. Interesting. What happens if you know that the guy who's asking you about the partner is looking only for a very, very super financial strong partner? He's straight up, he's saying, listen, I can only do this deal because I'm not doing well. So I need to know that I'm going in with someone that's superly financially strong. So if I end up not coming through, he can cover me. Then already, if you know the other guy is not financially stable, you're allowed to advise him against a partnership. That's the only time you could advise him against a partnership, when the other guy is not financially stable, because the whole deal is being built only on that. Only on that. Very interesting. What about if you know that this guy that he's going into partnership with already caused several people to lose money in other partnerships? Well, then you should tell him the truth. Say, listen, this guy was in partnership with other people and they all lost on him. And I don't know if it's a good idea. They all lost on him. I don't know if it's a good idea, because in the past partnerships, everyone that went to partner with him lost their money. That you are allowed to tell him the truth, not to put down the guy, but simply to say, listen, everyone who went into partnership lost their money with him. At the end of the day, we got to be very careful who to go into partnership with and who not. Do you know why we spend tens of thousands of dollars, even hundreds of thousands of dollars on a wedding? Because partnerships are no joke. Thank you for listening.